There are so many ways we can add to this. Let's start small and get big. You like to play the video games? You like to mix it up with some gaming at home and maybe some gaming on the go? The best thing about mobile gaming is we can tailor fit the experience to our exact needs, and we can play around with fun gear at a variety of budgets. Small, medium, large, let's kit out your mobile gaming rig. I'm not gonna hold up my Steam Deck as a prop for this whole video. I'm probably gonna drop it. I just slide it over on this table right now. Okay, I love that with mobile gaming, we can pretty much start with just the console. It's a self-contained unit. Processing power, screen, battery, speakers, probably came with a charger in the box, unlike our new expensive smartphones. There are a lot of consumers out there that this is all they'll ever need. The intro to dedicated gaming hardware is super easy right now. So let's build on this, starting with power. Yeah, you probably got a charger in the box and you can play for a couple of hours on the battery all by itself. One of the absolute best upgrades you can make is buying a nice long USB cable. It'll change your life. This is the Nomad, and I also have an Anchor, 3 meters of delicious power delivery, braided shielding, reinforced boots and connectors, and make sure you get one rated for higher wattage. You can stay more comfortable. No more awkward positioning and repositioning or angling so that you can reach a shorter charger cable. And when we're on the go, we can also add a portable battery. I think there's a sweet spot in price to performance with around a 20,000 milliamp hour battery pack. Should be able to charge something like a Steam Deck roughly 2 times over, and make sure you get a battery capable of at least 45 watt power delivery. A few now are coming out with even higher wattage output, and that can really help if you want to charge your Steam Deck and another gadget at the same time. Lastly, we can augment power and connectivity with a good dock. We have 2 options here to consider. If we're mostly gaming at home, I would go with a bigger dock that props the console up for better cooling. It's a little easier to set the console up and then also manage all of your cables. But when we're on the go, we might not want to pack the bigger thing. In those cases, a laptop hub comes in handy. We can duplicate all of those ports and it's gonna be smaller and lighter to carry. And a basic USB-C hub is gonna work with a bunch of other gadgets and computers. Have you noticed a theme yet that all of these accessories will augment your gaming experience, but they're just really good accessories for all of your other gadgets too? It's why we like technology built on broad consumer standards for better interoperability. Good standards like having good controls. Now, the Steam Deck actually took me just a little bit of time, a little bit of muscle memory to get used to having my hands this far apart to control my gameplay. Other systems like the Nintendo Switch or the Razer Edge are so thin, I can sometimes have issues with my old man thumbs. Getting old sucks. Aside from the ergonomics, you might want to just prop up the screen and use a traditional controller. It is kind of crazy that a good wireless Xbox controller is so inexpensive these days. For this part of the video, I was going to offer a wider range of options, but generally, this is one of the better gadget bangs for your buck right now. You can use it cabled or wirelessly. It's worked with my PCs and my other gaming computers. Kind of feel it's only worth spending more to step up to the really nice, the pro and elite configurable controllers. It's the middle gap between this and that more expensive gear that I think is kind of a tough sell right now. Obviously going to be a personal preference thing for how you like to game and how you like your controls arranged. For myself, I typically like the arrangement on DualShock a little bit better than the asymmetrical design on the Xbox controller. That's going to be a bit more of a personal preference thing, but dollars to buttons, this is pretty good. You don't have to stop with a controller though. Depending on what games you like to play, you can also outfit a portable with a keyboard and mouse. I cannot sum up all the options you'll have for a gaming keyboard and mouse. That would be a really long video, but like everything else in this conversation, you can start inexpensive and portable and Bluetooth, or go all the way to legit pro esports. If you have some recommendations, drop them in the comments down below. The main purchasing decider is, are you going to be mostly playing at home, or are you going to be mostly playing on the go? But if you're looking at docks and you're looking at controllers, you might want to play your game on a bigger screen. Now, the most obvious choice would be a TV. Like if you already have a TV, you plug in your portable and it's just like any other game console. But of course we can take that idea a little farther. I'm a huge fan of portable displays. You get a small monitor, they're easy to pack, and you can set it up almost like a gaming laptop. Some of these options are really inexpensive little LCDs, though if you spend a little more, you can find some solid OLEDs for really juicy, contrasty gaming. We can also add other features into a portable monitor. Build in a battery so that the monitor doesn't draw power from your gaming hardware. It helps you run a little longer off the battery. Or we can move to a laptop. This is an empty laptop shell. It has the screen, keyboard, trackpad, battery, and laptop ports, but it doesn't have the computer brain inside. It's like adding a bunch of accessories into one protective case, and if you have a fancy phone, you can use it with this too. The console provides the compute power, and a good laptop or portable monitor should last you a while, like multiple generations of phones. But a laptop isn't quite as portable as a Steam Deck or Switch, right? It's kind of like carrying a thin laptop with your console. And that's why I'm increasingly excited about these kinds of accessories, these new wearable displays, and they're getting a lot more affordable. A pair of glasses that project an image out in front of you like you have your own private large TV. Now, you just don't think about how you curl up your body while you're gaming and you're looking at a small screen. The next time you're on a bus, a train, or an airplane, look at how everyone contorts themselves to look down at their gadgets. A wearable display lets you pick the most comfortable posture you can. I mean, you can just leave the console in your lap just for the controls, but your view of the game is never obstructed. Plus, it's a handy second screen to have at home. If your living room TV is occupied, I can still have a big screen gaming setup whenever I want. And if you're interested in some kind of headset like this is about where we should take a quick pause and talk about this video's sponsor. This part of the video is brought to you by VRWave. VRWave crafts quality products from prescription lens inserts for VR headsets to wearable VR accessories with the goal of making VR indistinguishable from reality. VRWave sells lenses and kits to help folks get the best experience. They sent me a simple lens kit, anti-glare and blue light filtering. I'm personally ever so slightly farsighted, so I haven't had many issues using these new wearable displays, but I know a few people who need some optical correction to use these well. I've been using these lenses with my Nreal Air for a couple weeks now. They help reduce eye strain without significantly altering the color or tone of the micro OLEDs. Blue light filtering often means getting kind of an orange tone, but these have been really faithful to the original color. You can head over to the VRWave site, customize your options, send in your prescription, and get a custom lens kit for your headset. At the time this video was shot, VRWave was supporting the Meta Quest series, the Nreal Air, PlayStation VR 1 and 2, HTC Vive, the Valve Index, and a handful of other headsets. I don't need corrective lenses on my VR or AR, but I'll be leaving these filtering lenses on the Nreals. If you would like more information on VRWave lenses, please head over to vr-wave.store. I've got links in the description below, and a huge thank you to VRWave for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back to the gadgets. I really can't say enough nice things about these wearable screens. Whenever I'm showing off portable gaming gear, I actually get more reactions out of these when I'm kind of putting them on my family and friends' faces. But that brings us to my last category. We also should not neglect our ears. As an audio nerd, I just imagine how sweet the world would be if we put a third as much effort into treating our ears as we did trying to impress folks with more resolution and more frame rates and the HDRs. Your gadget probably has speakers. That's good enough, right? We all know it's not. First, just don't be that person disrupting others when you're in a public space. And two, when it comes to portables and immersive gaming, you're likely going to get better immersion by using headphones. Especially if we're using the built-in screen and not a fancy wearable display, your eyes aren't delivering the immersion, your ears are. So we want to reduce distractions and fully occupy this sense to help aid your vision. Like everything else in this video, we can start affordable and then climb to astronomically audiophile grade gear. But in general, cabled headphones here are gonna offer the best bang for buck. And we're in something of a cabled audio renaissance. I know most techies on the YouTubes are gonna focus on the Bluetooths, but the sonic quality you can get with earbuds right now is shocking for the low prices these things are selling for. Cables offer not only the highest quality, but also the most consistent connection and the lowest latency. Going to Bluetooth can wreck games that depend on audio cues. That lag distracts and disrupts the gaming experience. This is a stark difference to using Bluetooth earbuds with a phone, where maybe you don't want a wire tethering you to your phone and you want to walk around and be separate from that. I totally understand. But while gaming, we're not as likely to be actively moving around. The distance between you and the console should stay pretty consistent. And when you're not separating yourself from your console, a cable makes a lot of sense here. And if you have some nice Bluetooth cans, you should be able to easily plug in a cable, and then you get double duty out of these without having to pair and repair between devices wirelessly. Leave the Bluetooth for your phone or tablet or laptop, and then use the cable for your Switch or your Steam Deck. From standard earbuds that you probably got for free to proper IEMs, we can go inexpensive cans to really premium gaming headsets. There is a huge spectrum of options to land the exact right fit and sound quality for your needs. For mostly gaming on the go, I'd look to those products that do a better job of blocking noise around you. Closed back cans or squishy foam ear tips for your earbuds. But if you game mostly at home and your space is quiet enough, some open back headphones will have a more natural and spacious sound for your game audio. And if you want to get real fancy, you might consider adding an even higher quality portable DAC to really boost that game immersion and rumble audio. But Juan, didn't you also highlight a bunch of ways we can use these consoles with larger displays and with wireless controllers? Now we need to be tethered to the console again? What if I want to sit back a little farther from my Steam Deck? Yeah, okay, you got me there. That is a good question. We can go about that two ways. The speakers on the console are designed to be used at roughly arm's length, and the speakers on most portable displays probably suck. We can also add a portable speaker to our little game bag here if you want a better experience for filling a small room. But if we want to go wireless for headphones, we just probably don't want to use Bluetooth. Yes, there are some phones and tablets now using more advanced audio codecs that can minimize latency if you have the right earbuds talking to the right phone. And if you want me to dig deeper into that topic in a future video, drop me a comment down below. And you should smash that bell icon when you're on your way down to the comments. But for gaming hardware, we've already been solving the wireless dilemma by using standalone receivers. A nice wireless gaming headset will usually use a little radio puck. The headphones send a unique signal to the puck, and that significantly improves latency, but often at the expense of distance. Bluetooth can reach farther, but is going to have more lag. Lots of cans have used these kinds of solutions. Home theater headphones and gaming headsets, they're pretty easy to find. If you want to go wireless earbuds though, there aren't nearly as many options for a dedicated low latency puck and true wireless connectivity. The two main options I'm aware of at the time this video was shot, the company formerly known as Plantronics, Poly, has a business headset with a dedicated receiver, and JBL makes a line of gaming hardware too. Their Quantum True Wireless also has a little puck receiver. Plug this right into the top of your Steam Deck, these buds connect, and you're golden. To my knowledge, those two are your best bets right now to cut the cable but keep the speed. And that's where we should probably put a pin in this one, folks. I've been a longtime advocate for mobile gaming on phones. I love my Steam Deck. I'm having a ton of fun with other portable gear like the Razer Edge right now because it's really easy to craft a specific experience. It's not one size fits all. We can take other gadget accessories and combine them in new and fun ways to make a better fit for how and where we want to game. And this is nowhere near the complete conversation. There are plenty of other ways to tune this up with cases, bags, and covers, and other stands and mounts, storage and backups, data connectivity. We can touch on the whole computing aspect of having this much power in such a small shell. And if you own other computers, you might already have some of the bits to start playing with now. Spending a little cash on broadly compatible accessories will improve the use of your other gadgets and computers too. One more quick thank you to VR Wave for sponsoring this video. Definitely check them out if you're interested in some of these new VR and wearable headsets. As always, thanks so much for watching, for sharing these videos, subscribing to the channel. All the support lately has been amazing. Those of you clicking on links in descriptions, hitting my home site, SomeGadgetGuy.com. If you're shopping a little merch or hitting that support page with all of those other links for things that you can grab, or if you're joining the list of names scrolling by on your screen from my Patreon. That's patreon.com/SomeGadgetGuy. This list is basically the coolest collection of tech pals in the universe. So I hope you'll check them out. Now, you know where you can find me around the rest of the internet, at SomeGadgetGuy on the Twitters and the Twitch, a little bit more on the Flickrs and the Mastodons, but not so much on the Instagrams or the Facebooks, and I will catch you all on the next video.